I'm here today with Barb Best, and we are from Divine Destiny Awaken. We have a website called Divine Destiny Awaken. We also have a YouTube channel. Please visit us. We have meditations available, and we also have readings with Barb, where you can book a reading with her. So today, Barb, we are talking about
the issue of polyamory.
polyamory. I've never heard that word.
Well, some haven't, and I thought that's why we'd talk about it.
Okay.
Just to get people interested in what's going on in regard to that. It reminds me of a movement that goes toward orgies.
Okay, but so poly means
Many,
more than one,
or
right?
more than one,
Okay.
right.
And amory?
Amory is like love, coming from amore, or the French.
Yeah, in Spanish too, amor.
Well,
Amor?
there you
Is
go,
love.
there you go,
Yeah.
yeah. And so I'll put those together,
Yeah.
and some people, I mean, they are where they are in their spiritual development, but it's the incorrect use of the energy. And they don't know, some haven't been taught, they don't have any kind of a background as to what's really going on. And when we focus on our lower nature, our sexual nature, our instinct, we turn away from our spirit, and we're not supposed to be doing that, especially now, when all the beauty of the Christ energy is coming in. And so there is a push, or kind of an urge, or a pull. Almost reminds me of somebody taking a cane and putting it around a person's neck and going, come with me, come with me.
Like the bad comics where they drag them off the
Exactly, yeah.
drag them off the stage.
Yeah, then they're going out to sea after that. And of course, sea being emotions.
Yeah.
But the younger people, and not necessarily just them, but people who are not paying attention.
But not paying attention to what?
They're not paying attention to their spiritual development, to their inner nature. They're not paying attention to what's going on around them,
But can you not do both? I mean, having a physical relationship is normal.
Having a physical relationship is very normal, yes.
And especially...
But not with many partners. For one thing, you're spreading yourself out. The energy that you give away in that manner, you don't get returned. I mean, it's gone. You've given it away. The idea here is to utilize our energy for the propagation of bringing in an advanced soul. This is the teaching.
Bringing in an advanced soul
into our world. Having one born into our world, having souls who are quality souls come in and help build this world.
But do we choose who comes in?
We
like, this
choose...
is a quality soul, this isn't a quality soul, you can come in, you can't come in. You're blocked.
Good question. That's where our faith goes over to our Creator. And it is their divine destiny, basically. And it is time for humanity to awaken to this fact that it's about quality souls coming into our world and not quantity. And not only that, when you have sex with many partners and you do not set a time, or you don't have, like, say, a spiritual intent going with that for a beautiful spiritual purpose, there is a time in between there when a lot of negativity can come in and off balance that whole situation for you. And negativity, I mean negative thought forms, negative spirits. If you have sex with someone with no regard for who they are, that is the closest that brings you to the animal kingdom. So you are actually going backwards in your development. And right now there's a big push for free sex and love and look between your legs, and that's where it's not all that. It's not all there. That is purely physical. It's flesh. And it's temporary, it goes. It's not about your free will when you do that, and it's not about your soul. So you give away your energy, and
But I think some would say if you're giving away your energy, aren't you getting the other person's energy back?
You get
Might be
that.
bad energy, I don't know.
That's right. It might be bad energy you don't know.
There's an energy
That's right.
exchange, though, right? I mean,
It
you're
isn't
giving your energy away.
well, yes, you're right. It isn't, and you are receiving energy. But do you want energy from a lower nature, or would you rather have energy from a higher nature that does you much more good, that pulls you up, into the spirit? A long time ago, when the Essenes walked the earth, and they say Jesus used to be an Essene, and Mary, well, their teaching was that you come together as a man and a woman, and you get to know each other for 6 to 8 months. And they would go off and they would get to know characteristics and their
So like
divine
dating.
attitude. Yeah, just yeah. But
That's the dating period.
it was dating. It was dating, but it was kind of more of a conservative, one-pointed kind of dating for a purpose to, all right, we're going to come together, the two people. Are we going to have children? Do we want to bring a soul into this world? And if we do, who are we bringing in? What kind of soul are we going to come in with? It's our responsibility to take care of that soul. And do we have karma? Do we have an action or an attachment to that soul in another existence, another lifetime? So when you go off...
But I would see most people, well, maybe nowadays, they don't think all that through.
That's exactly why I'm saying
Yeah, you find someone, you like them, you don't like them, you get married or don't get married. I mean, there's not all this, oh my gosh, we're going to bring a soul into the world, what kind of soul are we going to bring?
Because they're not thinking. Now,
I don't think people know that.
Because they get...
Not just thinking, they just don't know that.
They don't know it because they're not taught.
Right.
And they don't know it because they don't seek it out. They don't know it because they drop their awareness and they turn their back on their own spirit.
But I think you can't seek something out if you don't even know about that,
Well,
like if no one has ever taught them that, they wouldn't even think about, gee, we should be thinking about this because it's not even in their realm.
Yeah.
It's not even in their world.
They don't comprehend it because, you're right, no one has told them about that. So if they are innocent to the fact of that, that means someone else, like a predator, can come over and turn their thinking around and perhaps persuade them to say, that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to feel guilty. You don't have to feel guilty. But it's kind of a Pinocchio concept. When we're here, we're going to school to become a fully lit, perfected human being. We're not like Pinocchio going to school to become a pure ass. And so
he didn't even go to school.
No, exactly. That's what
He
happened
skipped
to him.
school, so.
He definitely got thwarted.
But he got his karma too.
Yeah, he did.
With the donkey tail and the
Yeah.
donkey ears.
Well, if you'd like to save yourself a lot of hassle, and you
Yes.
may or may not, people get high, they drink, they party, they are working out of their lower nature, their sacral center, and the base of the spine, the root center. That's where their emphasis is. That's where that energy is so strong and so developed in humanity that they go with that. They don't control it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have somebody else coming in saying, I'll take some of that energy. It's not necessarily sex. It's the energy. And woe to those who don't know who they're having sex with. Because negativity takes many forms. The devil, as it says in the Bible, can come in looking like an angel. And so when you have a group, you have 3 or more, or these orgies, or your nature is focused on the lower parts of your development, that's when they come in. It's not a good idea to get away from your spirit that far off, because you're going way, way out in left field on that one. And you're saying, I'm open. And I'm open for you to take hold of me and manipulate me and take my mind. It's almost like a mind control kind of setup. Polyamory is real tricky. I do not condone it because of these reasons. I think unless you have a real good, well-taught foundation for what is really going on, it's not a good idea.
Okay, what about some of the religions then that allow for more than one wife?
Well, they
I mean,
would
obviously,
have.
that's more constrained and it's more.
It is conservative and it is restrained, and they have someone who's supposed to be a spiritual leader. If the leader is a just and righteous leader, like say when you're using drugs and you are in a contained environment with somebody there to help you, same thing with this, then it may work because you don't have the confusion and you don't have the envy and you don't have the pride coming in over who's who and who's doing what in that relationship. Now, somebody like, was it Joseph Smith that was in the Mormon, and he had, he condoned it, and then his son, the, the teaching behind him was used to say that was okay, for them to propagate that religion. The teaching was used to say, this is fine. You can manipulate anything.
Right.
We
People
are,
do it all the time.
yes, and they do. You're right. And they do it well, very well in marketing,
Yeah.
too. So,
Yes.
marketing loose sex. Monotheism was taught 10,000 years ago, 10,500 years ago. And the pharaohs came down, Rata and Isis, reincarnated. They taught one partner relationship. No more polyamorism, no more negativity, no more demonic orgies, no more Satanism rituals with this polyamory. And anybody who's into the ones I just mentioned will know exactly what I'm talking about. And I know they don't care. I'm just saying for the people that are victims or haven't heard about it, people that don't know where that energy is going, save the energy for yourself, folks. Don't be giving it out to somebody else, some person you hardly even know, or persuade you to give your potency, your thunder to them.
But don't we get more energy? I mean, if you give your energy away, don't we get more? Because otherwise, we give it away in lots of different things, lots of different ways. We have to get our energy back somehow, so how do we get that back?
We get that back through the Christ energy. You get that back through meditation and through prayer. To go outside of oneself to gain their energy is throwing it away. You don't go outside of yourself to get your energy. You go within. Where the power is, like we're taught, like Buddha said, go within or go without.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not getting off this wheel. You're not getting out of this life unless you go within. The divine is within. It is not without. It's not the name of the game. And the teachings teach us that. So the negative part of this world, their cycle is in. They're going to take with them whoever they can take. And if they can get you to focus on your lower nature,
Okay, who's they?
if they can get
The bad guys?
yeah, if they
The bad guys.
the bad guys, the negative guys, the ones that are in the darkness,
Uh-huh.
which is fine for them. It's fine. They, you know. Oh,
Got a bug that wants to be with you.
Thank you. We're by the river, and
Mosquitoes and everything
yeah,
else out here.
we got you. But we're enjoying it. And this is connecting with your spirit and not spreading yourself out thin. One partner. If you have children, you're bringing in quality souls. Who of us likes to have problems with their children? None of us. Not any loving parent wants problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because, otherwise you'd like to maybe send them down the river, But not really. And so we want our souls to come in to respond to what we teach them, to respond to the higher nature. That's why it's here. There are many, many areas that are of a higher nature. Many. Beauty, harmony, poetry, writing
Music,
songs,
art.
chanting. Yes. Art, the water, the beautiful forest out here. And so there's beauty everywhere if we just take our time and look for it. We don't have to have beauty from overdoing our sacral center. What does that serve us? Our sacral centers are very, very developed. We had them a long time. And so people use them.
Uh-huh.
Polyamory to me is a form of control. It's a form of a way to get you to see it their way. Now, if anyone is at a level where you are at a polyamory level, so be it. Suit yourself. But it does not change God's laws. It does not change the law that you are giving away your energy. Sorcerers knew better. They would never give away their energy like that. Seers know better. Psychics know better. Many priests and nuns, saints know better. So let's distinguish between
So is that the reason behind priests shouldn't get married, nuns shouldn't get married?
That's what is behind it, yeah. If they are quality beings who are practicing being on the path and giving their life over for service to the planet and the people, and not over to somebody who's hungry for power and lust. And polyamory, I'm sorry, you don't like polyamory, or you do. That's just what it is. And it is not condoned. But it is not a criticism from me if you are at that level. If you are at that level and you enjoy doing that, yeah. But it's what it is. You still give away your energy. It is still not condoned, but there are people at that level of development, at that level of consciousness, that are working from their lower nature. Now, if you'd like to go around saying, I work from my lower nature, I'm into polyamory, then go ahead, say it. But I would never go around telling people I'm working from my lower nature. Unless maybe they see something with me, they go, that's lower nature. You're full of crap.
We all have our moments.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And so, don't waste your energy. Try not to be persuaded by others to have sexual innuendos with them. There's a lot of drug trafficking and human trafficking that's going on that goes into polyamory and pedophilia and the satanic rituals right now. And so that's my concern, is that somebody who is good with persuasion, good with talking, might come and try to command someone who doesn't know anything about it to see it their way. And that's destructive, and that is not of the Spirit, and it puts you back behind in your development, no matter what your belief is. We have a development going here, and why? What's it worth? It's not worth anything. So, utilize your energy for going within, lift up your hearts to God, connect with your Creator, turn your energy over for your own development. If you're angry, sad, depressed, anything along those lines, then you have the energy to turn it over to God. If you've wasted it on a group session like polyamory or anything else like that, you've depleted your energy. How are you going to go over to God and ask God to help you with your situation? You'll be out of energy. And it does work that way. And you do get depressed, and you do get angry, and fear comes in, and all these fears during the day settle in because you've taken your activity and gone over to the darker part of the human nature.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah, mosquitoes, we got them too. But we have our little...
Yeah, I think I need to light that again. I think it's gone out, Barb.
Yeah, we'll have to relight it. Anyway, folks, the beauty where we are right now is insurmountable. You cannot beat the Michigan forest.
So we're recharging our energy here, right?
We're recharging. We have our water, our wonderful Rogue River Creek here, and we hear all the beauty of the insects and
And the birds.
Yeah, our birds and mosquitoes and everything else. So I hope that helped. I'm so adamant about my position on that. And I know the laws of the nature and what the ancient wisdom teaches about that. But everybody is at their grade of development. I'm trying to impart to you the laws to make your life easier. And if no one has ever taught you this, then heads up on this. And hopefully your path will be lit and blessed.
So there you have it. Information. Make your own decision, but at least now you know. Thank you. It's Sharon and Barb. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.